Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve success again and again, while others stay stuck, even when they work just as hard? The surprising truth is that success doesn't begin with talent, luck, or even opportunity. It begins inside your brain. Every decision you make, every habit you repeat, and every thought you entertain is literally shaping the wiring of your mind. The good news is that your brain is not fixed. It is constantly changing through a process called neuroplasticity, meaning you can train it to think, act, and perform like a successful person, regardless of where you're starting today. Imagine waking up every morning with more focus, more confidence, and more motivation. Not because life suddenly became easier, but because your brain has been trained to respond differently. By the end of this video, you'll understand the simple psychological principles that high achievers use to reprogram their minds for success. So make sure you stay until the end, because the final technique is one of the most powerful, yet most overlooked. The first step is understanding that your brain believes what you repeatedly tell it. Every time you say, "I'm not smart enough," "I can't do this," or "I'm always unlucky," your brain treats those thoughts as instructions rather than opinions. Over time, those repeated beliefs become automatic mental programs that influence your actions without you even noticing. Successful people aren't free from self-doubt. They've simply learned to replace limiting thoughts with empowering ones. Instead of saying, "I can't," they ask, "How can I?" That small shift forces the brain to search for solutions instead of excuses. The second step is building tiny habits, because your brain loves consistency more than intensity. Most people fail because they try to change everything overnight. But psychology shows that small, repeated actions create stronger neural pathways than occasional bursts of motivation. Reading just 10 pages a day, exercising for 10 minutes, or spending 5 minutes planning tomorrow may seem insignificant, but over weeks and months, those actions reshape your identity. You stop becoming someone who wants success and start becoming someone who naturally lives successful habits. Next comes visualization, a technique used by elite athletes, entrepreneurs, and performers around the world. When you vividly imagine yourself succeeding, your brain activates many of the same neural circuits that are used during the real experience. This doesn't mean simply daydreaming about becoming rich or famous. Effective visualization includes seeing yourself overcoming obstacles, staying calm under pressure, and completing difficult tasks. Your brain begins treating those situations as familiar instead of threatening, making it easier to perform when the real moment arrives. Another powerful strategy is protecting your attention, because your brain becomes whatever it consumes most often. If your day is filled with endless scrolling, negativity, and constant distractions, your brain becomes trained for short attention spans and instant gratification. But when you consistently feed your mind with books, educational content, meaningful conversations, and focused work, your brain strengthens its ability to concentrate and solve problems. Think of your attention like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Let's talk about failure, because this is where many people unknowingly train their brains in the wrong direction. Every setback is interpreted by the brain in one of two ways. Either it becomes proof that you're incapable, or it becomes valuable information for improvement. The most successful people see mistakes as feedback, not as personal defeat. Every failure teaches the brain what doesn't work and moves you one step closer to discovering what does. This mindset transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth instead of reasons to quit. Another important factor is your environment. Psychology tells us that human behavior is heavily influenced by the people and surroundings we experience every day. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, complaints, and people who avoid growth, your brain gradually adapts to those patterns. On the other hand, when you're around ambitious, disciplined, and positive individuals, your brain naturally begins copying those behaviors through a process called social learning. Success is often less about willpower and more about creating an environment that makes successful behavior easier. Sleep is another secret weapon that many people underestimate. During sleep, your brain organizes memories, strengthens learning, removes waste, and restores mental energy. Sacrificing sleep for productivity may feel productive in the short term, but it actually weakens focus, creativity, emotional control, and decision-making. If you truly want to train your brain for success, protecting your sleep should become one of your highest priorities. Gratitude is another surprisingly powerful mental exercise. Spending just a few minutes each day appreciating what you already have trains your brain to notice opportunities instead of constantly focusing on what's missing. This doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means balancing your perspective so your mind remains motivated instead of overwhelmed. Over time, gratitude strengthens emotional resilience and creates a more optimistic outlook, both of which are closely connected to long-term success. Finally, understand that your brain is always adapting. Every habit you repeat, every thought you practice, every decision you make, and every challenge you overcome is either strengthening your success mindset or reinforcing your limitations. The incredible part is that you don't need to transform your life overnight. Small improvements repeated consistently create extraordinary results. Success is not a single event. It is the product of thousands of tiny decisions that gradually rewire your brain. So, starting today, choose one positive habit, challenge one limiting belief, protect your attention, visualize your goals, and commit to becoming just 1% better every day. Your future is being shaped by what you repeatedly do today, and the best time to start training your brain for success is right now. If you found this video helpful and learned something valuable, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss more powerful psychology content that can help you unlock your full potential. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.